Back on the SportsMax zone, the Kentucky Derby has experienced many memorable moments since its inaugural staging in 1875. Moments such as an African-American jockey, Oliver Lewis, winning the very first edition of the Derby in 1875, and Dan Crump becoming the first female jockey to ride in the 10-furlong race in 1970. Jamaica-born Sean Bridgemahon became the first jockey with Caribbean roots to ride in the event, doing so in 2006. And the Barbadian Saffie Joseph Jr. created his own piece of history when he became the first Caribbean trainer to saddle a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Having prepared New York Traffic in 2020, Saffie Jr. will be back again this year with his colt White Abarrio, set to line up in the Blue Ribbon event. In April, White Abarrio gave Joseph Jr. his first win in the Florida Derby, a victory which helped him seal the Gulfstream Championship title. Saffie Joseph Jr. joins us now on the SportsMax zone. Saffie, great to have you on the show today. It's National Heroes Day in Barbados. You are unquestionably a sporting hero for Barbados, traveling this weekend to Churchill Downs with your horse, White Abarrio. I know you were with New York Traffic, so that was your first Kentucky Derby experience. But how are you feeling now, a week and a few days ahead of this next assignment?
Just trying to keep everything together. And I mean, a week in horse terms is a long way. So just hope everything goes good. He has one more breeze to go this weekend, and we're going to ship him on Sunday to Churchill.
Yeah, all right. Saffie, for New York Traffic in 2020, there were different things about that Kentucky Derby experience. First of all, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Derby was run in September. Your horse, New York Traffic, was a pretty solid horse, but had just won one of its last 5 races heading into the Kentucky Derby. What's different about White Abarrio and the general feeling we're getting here that this horse is generating a lot more expectation and hope for you than New York Traffic did?
Yeah, when he comes to with a much better resume. He's 4'5", but he's won the Florida Derby, which is normally a good prep for the Kentucky Derby. New York Traffic, as you said, it was a weird year. It was in September, and there were no fans that year, so it was a bit unusual with the Derby. This time is going to be a ton of fans, so it's kind of like the real Derby, in my opinion. And hopefully, White Abarrio goes there and runs well. He's a good horse in his own right, but it is a competitive Derby.
Yeah, or you're suggesting the horse has a major breeze this weekend coming up. But since the Florida Derby in early April, how has the horse gone? Because there's a feeling that this horse will have to improve to win the Derby.
Yeah, he's going to have to improve. I don't think he has to improve a lot, but he's going to have to improve 2 to 3 lengths. And we kind of campaigned him, hoping that he would run his best race in the Derby. He's had 2 runs this year, and we spaced him well, and you would hope, spacing wise, that he'll go on and run his best race next week.
Yeah, I was reading, Saffie, that White Abarrio travels by van from Florida to Kentucky for the Churchill Downs. Is that so?
Yeah, he's going to travel by van. He'll leave here probably around, say, 11 o'clock on Sunday, and he'll get to Churchill probably around 6 or 5 a.m. in the morning. Was
this a preferred option for you?
Yeah, we've had good success vanning horses. Normally we would fly them, but recently the plane that we used to fly, Tech 7, has had problems, and you can't really get direct planes anymore, so it makes more sense vanning them than flying them right now.
Yeah, and I know the media has been hounding you, Saffie. Your meteoric rise in U.S. horse racing has been well documented. Only 13 years ago, you were a 21-year-old winning the Triple Crown at the Garrison Savannah in Barbados with Are You Talking to Me? I get the impression that sometimes you have to pinch yourself to really believe that your career is where it is now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We're very thankful for all the opportunities we've been given. And it's our 10th year, going on 11 in Florida right now. And the first 5, 6 years, I would say, was a struggle to get momentum, to get enough horses to gather attention. The last 3, 4 years, we've been on a roll, and we keep getting better each year. And we've got good staff behind us, a good team, and it's a full team. You need a full team to have the success that we're having. I mean, I get the credit, but it's a lot more than me.
Yeah, earlier today I visited the website, and what stood out for me is the tagline, "Racing has always been my life." Where did your love for horse racing stem from?
Well, basically my whole family, my granddad was an owner in Trinidad and then in Barbados, and he trained a little bit. And then my dad was a trainer. So my dad was a good trainer, not because he's my dad, but I learned a lot from him, and I've been blessed that he's been able to teach me a lot, and I've kind of carried on the torch, and I'm living his dream also.
What I think is amazing is the fact that, you know, you've spoken in interviews about dreaming about this Kentucky Derby, like you've already manifested what will happen. You've dreamt that you won it so many times before. What would it mean to you to actually be a Kentucky Derby winner?
I mean, I can't even put into words what I mean. As you said, I have won it many times in my dreams. Like, I go to bed most nights thinking about a horse race or winning a Derby, and then I fall asleep. Next morning, you wake up and you kind of gives you hope. Racing is a sport that gives you hope. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. When the horses don't perform, it can leave you feeling low. But you got to continue moving forward. And when you get the highs, like winning the Florida Derby, I mean, there's nothing that compares to it. I can just imagine what winning the Kentucky Derby. I feel like it'll be hard to put into words.
Saffie, when looking at the provisional entry list for the Derby, there are so many horses who have been declared who like to run in the pace, like to prompt the pace. And if I look at White Barrio, the Holy Bull Stakes, he ran pretty much, he prompted the pace there. In the Florida Derby, he sat just off the pace and then challenged 3 furlongs out. Looking at the race and those you are running against, what's the race plan that you are devising in your head with your jockey to execute on May 7th?
Well, the Derby is so important in the draw. I mean, the draw is on Monday, and the draw is very important in the Derby, important than probably any other race. You want to be forward to place. He's a horse that he's tactical enough that he can sit second, third if they're going slow, and if they're going fast enough, he can sit fourth, fifth. So he's a very versatile horse. Obviously, we'd like to break well from there and have a forward position. You want to ride him as the best horse. As the trips he's got so far, we've used him a bit to get those positions, and he's been able to sustain his run. That's the plan, to try to ride him as the best horse, and if he's good enough, we'll find out. Yeah,
one of the things, Saffie, as you know so very well, in big fields, horses must have the ability to switch off. Are you concerned that at this stage of his development, his maturity, that the jockey can switch him off at some point in the race, get him to hold on to the bit, and then move when asked decisively?
Yeah, most definitely. He's a horse that he rates kindly for you. As I said, if they're going slow, he'll be there, and if they're going fast enough, he'll switch off. He's not a horse that's overly keen. He kind of listens to his cue, and we got Tyler Gaffley on. We have full confidence in him, and we kind of leave the decisions to him to make.
Yeah, physically though, you mentioned the growth spurt between November and the Florida Derby itself. Not so long ago since that Florida Derby run, but physically, how is he doing? Are you satisfied with how he has grown into his frame?
Yeah, he's not a horse, like a big imposing kind of horse. He has good enough height on him, and he's a horse that he's carrying good weight, and that's all you could ask. Right now, so far we've had a good preparation from the Florida Derby to the Kentucky Derby, and we've got one more week, and we hope it goes well.
Yeah, final question, Saffie, and this is perhaps the most important question of all. It's 10 furlongs. If you look at how he finished off in that Florida Derby, do you think that he'll be strong at the finish in the Kentucky Derby if he has luck in running?
I think you'll get a distance. I mean, everything, when you do something unknown for the first time, there's always doubt in your back of your mind. So just like when there was doubt, we ran into turns, and then there was doubt going a mile and a half. Until they do it, you never know for sure. But all indications are that I don't think he was getting tired in the Florida Derby. I thought he galloped out well, and I think he'll get 10 furlongs. I don't think he'll be a problem. He's got the most important thing is speed. He's got speed, and he can carry his speed, and that's very important on dirt racing.
Right. Well, we wish you all the very best. We're rooting for you here, of course. You are one of us, and we certainly hope that he makes you proud. We know how racing goes. There's a lot of racing luck that is involved in success. We hope you enjoy the day out once again. You are one of the top trainers in North America now. You are among equals. The big names have nothing on you at this time, and we certainly hope that the horse makes you proud. He goes into the race good, and he comes out good.
Thank you very much, and I hope I made the Caribbean proud.
Excellent. All right, all the best.
Take care.
Good. Yeah, White Barrio, the field, looking at the pace angle, as I said to him, there are a lot of horses who like to prompt the pace.
Yes.
So you get the impression that you'll have to be able to switch off because there'll be a mad rush to the first turn to get a good position so that you don't go too wide and you can position yourself. If Tyler Gaffleone can get him a good, well, the draw is important. So if he gets around that first turn and is able to just switch off, pick up the bridle and relax, I think he'll run a good race.
Yeah.
Monday, the draw. We look out for the draw. That's going to be very important. Break time. Back with more on the zone after this.
Thank you for watching SportsMax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay informed.